Give it just a couple more minutes here, see if anyone else jumps on before we go ahead and start. I'm traveling, so I don't have my regular office set up, so we're doing this from a Wi-Fi and a laptop. Hopefully it works. Hey, we're up to 6. We're streaming on the Linux channel, right? All right. Well, greetings, everybody. Yeah, I need to hold on. I need to silence my YouTube over here on my test. There we are. Haha, silenced it. All right, so greetings, everybody. Well, there's greetings, Spider Eyes. How's it going there? Oh, we're up to 8. Yeah, usually this is about the size of my streams on the Christian channel, being a much smaller channel. And this is just a kind of off my regular schedule and a Saturday and right before a holiday weekend, so not sure how many people will jump on there. But anyway, today was the day that I slated that I was going to be deleting the Facebook account, and so what we're going to do today is kind of look at how to do it and why to do it, and just talk a little bit of philosophy surrounding it, because as you download your data, there's a lot of information that Facebook has on you, and as you are doing that, you have to ask this question: is why do you want to delete the Facebook account, and is it worth keeping around? And I think in some instances it could be, but I think more often than not anymore, our world has just gotten to a place where it's too focused on collecting way too much data from way too many people. And because of that, I can't endorse keeping a Facebook account around for anything more than, maybe you have one to follow a few different, businesses or groups or whatever else, and that's what they use. That is certainly a factor. And we're going to have a look at my profile and see what it is that they can glean. Terrence Brown, where are my cats? My cats are at home. I am not at home, and that's why I'm just kind of doing this on a laptop here, and this is my cousin's office down here, so you can tell that he's not a minimalist like I am. Which is cool. Cats, dogs, hello. Northern Star, hello. Some people, you may not be able to catch me in streaming this much. I don't really stream this early in the morning usually. Well, I mean, it's afternoon, but, this ended up being the best time to stream with, young people in this house going to sleep for naps and stuff. So that's what we're doing. And George, how's it going? Also, while we're here, I do have probably, 35 or so entries for the mousepad giveaway. So if you are interested in receiving a mousepad as a random drawing, I have 5 of them. I'm going to be randomly selecting the giveaways, and you just need to send me a PM on YouTube. Just say mousepad entry. I'm going to add you to your list, and it looks like Wednesday, April 4th is when I'm going to do the drawings, with a backup if something happens that day of a Thursday. But we're going to shoot for that. We're going to shoot for the giveaway date of the Wednesday. So that's what we're going to do, and then I'm going to get those. Of course, you have to have a United States mailing address that we're sending to, just because it costs me, $15 or $20 to mail these internationally, and I just can't do that right now. There will come a time when I can, but right now that's just not it. We're a small channel, but this morning, we crossed 10,000 subscribers, and that is awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. And I know some of you guys are like, wow, I remember the channel only had 1,000. Yeah, I remember when the channel had 1, and it was me. But that's cool though. The channel is really only about a year and a half old, and in a year and a half, moving from 0 to 10,000 subs is a pretty cool thing. So thank you guys for that support. And again, we're always trying to change things around, see how things get better, and and if I get real money coming in from this, I can actually hire people and focus more on some other types of things. So George must be in my time zone, 1:20. That's what it is for me. Cats and dogs, it's 11:20 for you. Very good. Cool, so you're out there in the mountain time, I believe, then, right? 12:1, yeah. So that's where you guys are at. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on in. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull up my web browser, and actually first let's go ahead and let's see. What I'm going to do here is I want to if I can find it. Where are you? First thing we're going to do is we're going to walk through my profile. And so here is, I officially created the Facebook profile. So here is the profile. And what you see on my profile, of course, I redacted some things in here. Facebook, you know, obviously they didn't have my birthday, but I did have my online birthday list there, and I didn't want to take that off. Some of the things to note on here: when was the registration date? Well, Sunday, October 12th, 2008. Why did I register for Facebook? Well, the reason I registered for Facebook is I mentored kids at the time, and kids were getting on Facebook, so I registered Facebook essentially as a parent to monitor what the kids were doing. That's why I registered. Now, at that time, of course, I had friends in multiple different states, as I'd done a lot of traveling and lived in a couple different places by that point in time. I had friends, you know, all over the place. And so at that time, I was, you know, I'd send out monthly emails, some photos, things I've done. And I found that at that time, Facebook was a great place to put the photos up, and anybody that was on Facebook could see those things. And so that was ended up being an added benefit. So you can see it was later in the evening. Of course, I lived out west then, so that would have been 9:37 p.m., the time zone I lived in, Sunday, October 12th, 2008. Of course, emails attached. They always attach you that Facebook email address that I never used and cared to, because that's just creepy. I redacted the email address, which was a real used email address. Gender unknown. I really wanted to edit that to say Sparkly Unicorn, but, you know, and if Sparkly Unicorn was an option when I registered, I probably would have chosen it. It probably is now. I don't know. Now, as you go through this, keep in mind I wasn't always as privacy-centric as I am now, but I was never as loose with your data as everyone was. I was grown up. You know, we experienced the internet for the first time, and the big thing we knew is that do not give a lot of real data on the internet. Understand that Facebook was one of the things that caused this shift, where we used to be very reserved about the internet. Now we get to this point where we are just so totally, you know, give everything without even thinking. And that's crazy. That's crazy, crazy. You can see there's some groups. The only ones, of course, I have no idea why I'm in Reese's fan club. I don't even know. I think I know what Reese's fan club is. So somebody's adding me to these groups, and I had no idea about these. So somebody apparently can add you to groups. The RFR and Red Falcon Run players, those are troubleshooting things due to the video game I do development of. Of course, you can see Pages iAdmin, Tom Morosky, Mirrorhost, Western Mountain Web. And Tom Morosky page is one of the reasons I was really debating not getting rid of the Facebook page, because that is my author page. The problem is I want facebook.com/OurWalkingChrist, which is the brand of my Christian stuff. They insist on giving me Thomas Morosky, PhD, because that's the title I publish under. That's how bad of a company Facebook is. If you publish a book, they create a Facebook page for you, and then they do everything they can to link that to you, and I don't want that. So screw you, Facebook. I'm going to get rid of the authorship page, and I don't know, I wonder if there is legal recourse if they refuse to get rid of an authorship page that they make for me. I don't know. That's the thing. Of course, under contact info. Now, these are those areas where I have never had the phones attached to Facebook. The only Android phone I ever had a Facebook app on was the original Commando running Android like 2 or whatever. And so it didn't have that ability to have the connections. And it was after that is when I made the switch. And I think that I had the phone during the time they would have been able to add those in. However, my Android phone, which you'll see a picture of here, my Android phone was it was a phone that couldn't get the update to the latest version, and so it missed out on a lot of those things that would otherwise have collected data. I have never allowed Facebook to access contacts in my phone. I've never allowed Facebook to access any of those permissions on the phones ever. And that's why this is blank. If you have Facebook on your phone, particularly if you're running an Android phone and you've let it have the permissions it wanted and never went in and did any audit, this is going to have a lot of scary stuff. Then there's your timeline. Your timeline is the information that you have, first post to last post. Of course, here, then serious, this is the last post. I think I posted one more after this just to remind people. But I said, greetings, friends. In light of serious problems on Facebook, collecting more and more data than I have ever given them permission, and in light of recent data releases and controversy, I've decided that my Facebook and its affiliates will no longer be services I use. My account will be deleted on March 31st. If you do not know how to contact me other than here, please let me know. I will log in a few more times over the week to check in the messages, and at the end of the day, on the 31st, I will delete the account. Also, if you only have my phone number, reach out to get my new number, as that has changed as well. So that is kind of the I think I did one more post after that. Now, here's the funny thing about how Facebook works. Understand, when I got on Facebook, you saw the sequential life of people as your friends posted stuff. It made a lot of sense. I had 30 different friends or whatever on there that were actually real people that I had real relationship with outside of this horrid website, and I would see in order that what things they'd do. Now everything's algorithmic. It just feeds you what it wants. And so I have a sneaky suspicion that none of my real world friends who know me on Facebook have actually seen this post. I have a sneaky suspicion that doesn't happen. Of course, we go all the way to the bottom. What's the very first thing I posted on Facebook? Well, of course, welcome, Mr. Morosky. Good to see you here. They assumed my pronouns. I'm triggered. Welcome to the wonderful world of Facebook. I hope you enjoy looking around. I think those were all just push out to people I knew. I'm trying to think. Okay. I think this, let's see, no. This might have been one of the first things I posted. Just finishing my 7th lab manual chapter, almost done with them all. Yeah, I was a professor then. Organic chemistry stuff. I mean, you can see here looking through, even though I was on Facebook, I was never a huge prolific user. There's times I've used it more. So here you can see there's a lot in May. I think a lot of these were, I was traveling a lot of different places and posting some things. You can see here, like, these are geocaching days when I'm out there getting, oh, look at this. Here's an Easter 2009. I remember this. We went to the kid that I mentor's uncle's house, I think. And it was like, I don't know, an hour or so away from where we lived. And, you know, I took him and his little brother home, and we picked up a lot of geocaches on the way back home. I remember that. Yeah. So, you know, there's things up. There's my 5th, 100th cache tribute, 400th caching desert, 300th. I'm not sure why all these are showing up all at the same time. So you can kind of see that here's my trip out to the Grand Canyon. First time I went out to the Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon has a post office. So these are photos, what we're seeing here. So we'll have a look at those photos. So it's just kind of, it's neat looking through this and just looking through what your life is. If nothing else, even if you're not going to delete your Facebook account, I'd recommend you download your profile and look through it. It is a fascinating thing. And so it makes me question and wonder, you know, is it worth getting rid of this? I wager it is, but at the same token, a lot of the reason is this stuff is all information companies have, and they can cross-reference these things. They can push stuff out. Here's trips out to California, Reno, Death Star Valley. It's a real place in Reno, or in Nevada on I-80. So that's that. I'm gonna have a look at some comments there. Right. Very likable person. Your channels keep growing fast, no doubt. Well, thanks. Well, I'm not completely likable. I mean, I had somebody that insisted that I ban a regular user from being over here, or they wouldn't be back. I said bye. If you're abusive, you'll get banned. The guy wasn't being abusive. The guy said a bad word and it triggered someone. Wah. Call the Wambulance. Tom's going to destroy the Big Brother, the monster, the Matrix. You should play some epic music. I should. Greetings, Shutter. How's it going there? Do I like Facebook? Nope. Have used Facebook since 2009 and never trusted it. Yeah. Now worry, you're already under the hood of Facebook Sun. Yeah. Never had a Facebook account, which is odd, as I was very much into instant messaging and social network side of stuff since my early methods back in the mid-90s. Yeah. I mean, I had an ICQ account. I had an AIM account, you know. I remember having to run 3 different instant messaging accounts to keep track of all those. I had Skype, I had AIM, and I had ICQ, all running simultaneously. Telnet-based chat systems? Yep. I remember them. Used them. Facebook is listening to my calls on my Android phone and sends me ads. Yeah, John, I want to test that theory. In fact, I think I might. Have an ID of Facebook, you'll automatically get an Instagram ID too. Oh, really? That's fascinating. Will this live be saved to your channel? Yes, it should be. Unless I make something goofy and expose some data that I really want redacted, then yeah. So you're going to see me bounce back and forth, and I'm only on one monitor on a laptop, so it's not going to be the most professional stream I do. If this is your first introduction to me, my streams are a whole lot better than this one. I'm just running on a laptop from a friend's basement, so okay. So on Facebook, keep in touch with family. You see, this is the thing, See Me Rot. That was the other thing I said earlier. There's the one Facebook page was one thing that kept me here, and keeping contact with real people that I knew. You know what? I just sent sent a message to those most important people. I'm like, I need better contact information, and I got it. I got it from all of them. Now the other people, like the friends that I hadn't seen in 10 years that I knew in high school, guys, if you haven't called me in 10 years, apparently you don't care. So we can choose to part ways on life. As life used to be. I'm available. I am fairly easy to find on the internet. My name is attached to my businesses, is attached to my authorship. I have contact forms on several of my web pages. If somebody knows me from my past, I will absolutely have a conversation with anyone I knew. Shoot me a message, we'll chat. But I'm just not going to do it on Facebook. You know, and regarding like family and friends, what do I do sharing my child's photos? Get a Nextcloud account. You control it. It's encrypted, it's secure, and only your families can see it, and no one's pulling that data to market it or to sell it. You realize if you put something on Facebook, they can use that photo in marketing pictures and not compensate you, or tell you for that matter. After all these years, I could still revive it. I must have made an impression on them. Oh boy. Hello, LJ. How's it going there? Yes, I did officially cross 10,000 subs today. I was at 10,010 subs as of right before I started the stream. Switch links. I heard people have created too many accounts to manage. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that as I start to move through, get rid of the finalizing the deals on physical minimalism, I'm going to go through and do digital minimalism. I still have account logins from weird stuff. Like, I still have account logins from student loans. I haven't had student loans in a decade. You know, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's, why do I still have those things in my stuff? What about MySpace? Never had a MySpace account. Don't think I care. Up for bringing back MySpace, yeah. Some of us don't go on Facebook to keep family out of our business too. Well, yeah, I've actually intentionally rejected friend requests from many family members because I don't want them there. Remember, the CEO of Google said, if you do not want what you do online known, you should not be doing it in the first place. Yeah, that's very crazy. If you don't pull all your photos up for the world to see, how can you brag to everyone else about how great your life is? I know, and I'm going to show you. Well, thank you, LJ. I'm going to show you how great my life is. In fact, let's go see all of the wonderful adventures that I documented on Facebook. There's one category I'm not going to show because it exposed an email, but let me just show you these. So this is kind of neat. You guys can still see. Oh, you guys can't see the window I'm on. I think it changed the windows on me. Give me a second. I apologize if you haven't seen any of my stuff. I thought you were on the window. Did it just change? I was pretty sure I had this. Yeah, it must have just changed. All right, it's a good thing I checked that. I'd be showing you guys photos and you wouldn't be able to see them. Somebody, I can see the comments better than I can see my OBS feed. So somebody in the comments, let me know if the picture changes back or anything. I think it changed when I just changed the URL link there. So hopefully you guys saw all that. All right, so here's all the things. So here's mobile updates. Now, one of the things I noticed that was attached to this is they only have one date attached to this. And I'm not sure if this is the first day or the last day. In fact, I'm going to have to go out on a limb and say this is probably the last day you posted to this particular album. I didn't see any other links to that because I know that I did not live in this house in 2015. So we're going to click on that link there. And okay, good. And that's still going. All right, I'm going to see if I can maneuver this. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move comments over here, move this window over here. I still can't see the windows. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll just keep on going back. All right, so here's all the wonderful adventures that I had on Facebook. How wonderful my life is. Here's cleaning a friend's computer. Yeah, this is the number of viruses they had on a Windows. I think this was a Windows. Maybe a Windows Vista computer, 3,146 viruses. If I remember correctly, I think I put on there, I think I put on the original post, I think I said, keep your teenagers away from computers. I think that's what the original caption was. Of course, I got friends. My apologies to my friends if you don't want your real names exposed. This is what Facebook does. So, of course, here we have, oh, no, this guy, he's a friend of mine. He's a big Google fanatic. No viruses on Chromebooks. Yeah, no privacy either. Wonderful hills. So, of course, you can see here, you can tell exactly what phone I had, how it was taken, when it was taken, the exposure, all this stuff, the IP address. I only redacted current modern IP addresses. You will see that I did not have any location data, and that's because I've always been good about keeping location data turned off. And this is, I think, somewhere in Wyoming. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's definitely somewhere in Wyoming. In fact, I'm going to guess this is probably a trip to Thermopolis, Wyoming. If you get a chance to visit through Wyoming, Thermopolis is a place most people don't know exists, and it is an amazing place. One of the best places in the state. So, you know, here's me being sacrificed to a dinosaur. It's exciting. And hopefully you guys can still see. Good. Of course, these are all landscapes around the Thermopolis area there. I'm just going to go through these a little quicker. I think that's a block of fudge, if I remember correctly. Oh, there's the kitty. Not being able to decide whether she's going inside or outside, so she's sitting halfway inside and halfway out. This is the Tetons. See how wonderful my life is? Y'all are going to go slit your wrists now, I know, because my life looks so awesome and yours doesn't. This is, of course, Yellowstone. See if I can scroll faster than the mouse. Oh, there's a goat. All Yellowstone. So this was fascinating. I needed to get a car that I had stored out west, and I was thinking about taking a train. I'd mention it to a guy in the church, and he's like, dude, like next week we're taking a bus of Chinese folks out west. I said, well, cool. I'll tag along and pay my way and work my way through, and you guys can leave me stranded out west somewhere. And so they did. And I had a friend from a few hours away come by and pick me up. It was a good trip. But it was fascinating because I got a chance. I mean, this is literally going across the country with a bus of Chinese folk on them just kind of doing a little trip. So this is is it Wall? I think it's called Wall, South Dakota. Oh, Wall Drug, South Dakota. That's right. It's Badlands, of course. This is cool here. This is the Millennial Park in Chicago. This giant orb. That's what it's kind of reminds me of the little ship from Flight of the Navigator. But it's my trip to Chicago, and then this is there's a free zoo in Chicago. That's where that is. Chicago. Oh, Penn State stuff. Here's some. Only time I've ever been to a Penn State game, I was working the concession stands. So, there's a tractor pull. There's a friend of mine that moved east. I ended up going down to his house and hanging with him for a little bit and onto this little place. Here's me actually working, crisscrossing the country. I actually crossed the Mississippi River, I think 12 times this year. This is kind of what I do. I'd stop in rest areas like this and work for an hour or two. Here's me meeting Dave Ramsey. And this is right outside Dave Ramsey's studio. So he'll sit inside the studio, and this sign that says, "Please do not feed the monkey," is right in there. So there's where his studio is. You can sit here and watch him do the show. There's a thing down there that says, "Please do not feed the monkey." Here's Martha's Place. If you're familiar with Dave Ramsey, you know that. Oh, this was in Texas, down in Austin, Texas. So the squirrel was coming up to take a look. The company I was doing work for at the time put us in this hotel with this horrible rooftop pool. So this is on top of the rooftops, and you know, so this is the good part about Facebook, is to be able to see this. This is on Ripley's Believe It or Not. This is a building constructed entirely out of petrified wood on this is in, I forget the city, but it's in Colorado. It's on the road that goes south that mirrors 25. Wyoming, there's me a couple days without a shave. I think I have some pictures on here without a oh, there's San Francisco area, Bay Area. Oh, this is midnight bowling, roller skating. Oh, there's the kitty. Look at the kitty. Kid I mentored, he built a big happy smiley face in my backyard in the snow. And what my sinks often looked like. We did a lot of bowling out west. Oh, this is Yuma, Arizona. Place puts me up in this hotel up there in Yuma, Arizona with a giant chicken in the back of a truck. You know you're a redneck when... And there's me as a geek. That's me in my usual attire. And this is another hotel in Westminster, Colorado. This is neat place. You can still see here. You can track my cell phones. This one here, I still had the commando when I did this one. And there's me getting ready to drive home. That's a liter-sized monster. Geocaching. Oh, my mobile office. These are in World Fair Park, Knoxville. So that's in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is outside Dave Ramsey's office, Financial Peace Plaza. This is going into Ramsey's building. I think this is the other time I met Dave. I met Dave a few times. There's a better sign on that. Oh, yeah, the Jesus Mobile. Look at that bad boy. No king but King Jesus. Saw this, I think, in a rest stop somewhere in Kentucky, I think. Is the Jesus Mobile. Oh, boy. Some websites require you to call customer service to delete accounts. Yeah. For EA, you literally have to call the company and have your account deleted. That's crazy. Easy to sign up, hard to delete. Yep. I don't like Windows. Not really. Starting to see if Debian would be better than Ubuntu-based distribution with KDE. I actually have a Debian running KDE. It runs great. There's a couple small bugs that I've documented. You can look at my videos for. Nothing that says that, yeah. Block of fudge. Yep. Oh, fudge. Yep. Indeed. Hello, Linux user. You're the navigator. You are the navigator. Yeah, I think I have it, actually. Found it on DVD. Notifications enabled for your channel, yet never seem to be notified. Yeah, there's a whole controversy about that right now. Stay away from Debian and Ubuntu because it's Linux. Why stay away from Debian and Ubuntu? Because it's Linux. Smart Facebook meeting in response to the fiasco. Oh, boy. I don't want to click open on anything. I have too many websites open right now. You guys tell me how fun it is. D, it's good you're doing this live because you're leading by example rather than just saying you did it. Yep. Yep. You want to join English Bob Club Discord? I'm not joining Discord, personally. Not yet, anyway. Ubuntu is really suspicious, and Microsoft is doing some stuff with Ubuntu. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the pictures. It's the Jesus Mobile. This is, oh, this is on top of the the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. This is one way. This is looking the other way. Of course, here's the shadow of the arch. So up here, I'm at the top. If you've never taken the arch, so here's the Arch Park, the Gateway Park. And you basically take the thing. It's like a $10 ride trip up, and it's like getting in these little pods from Men in Black, only there's like 6 people in there. Oh, here's a cool geocache made out of into Legos. I took this because kids didn't know what phone booths were these days, so you know. And this is in somewhere, I think this is in Kentucky or Missouri. I forget which. But this is the redneck town's way to fix a broken sidewalk. If you happen to be traveling I-70 through Kansas, make sure you stop in Goodland, Kansas, for a look at a 150-foot tall Van Gogh painting. So, of course, for size reference, right behind it is a Pizza Hut, and this is a town water tower. Of course, the water tower is ways away. Pizza Hut's not too far from that, but you can see that's a pretty cool height there. And these are some deserts. Oh, this is a giant cookie. Oh, I remember this guy. This guy here, he was a little intoxicated. He had just bought this car, didn't even have insurance on it, driving it home drunk, and where his car is, a Yukon was parked. He managed to move a Yukon 20 feet that was parked. So yeah, bad day for him. Oh, Buckyballs. Those were fun. Buckyballs are fun. Uh-oh, I'm going to get banned for showing that picture. Oh, boy. Oh, this is me fixing an old computer with a Windows 8 PC and old PS keyboard. What item does not belong? I love this meme here. This is a good fun use of it, getting these jokes every now and again. Dear optimist, pessimist, and realist. While you guys were busy arguing about the glass of water, I drank it. Sincerely, the opportunist. Oh, and here's... yeah. Oh, this is I went to the this is in the state building in Wyoming. I was there with the governor signing. The governor was signing the Mentor's Proclamation in the state of Wyoming. So these are pictures from the Capitol building in Wyoming. And I think this is our group. This is our group getting ready to go in and meet with the governor. I'm not sure I have a picture of the governor actually posted up here. At least it's not in this stream. There's a 4x4 Rubik's Cube. The old parade, science fair, and the local college. This is the famous train. If you're not into trains, this famous train would come through. A famous steam engine would come through a couple times a year. Snowing. Still snowing. Still snowing. No more snow. That's me, a big pair of scissors. That was the ribbon cutting for the opening of my web design business. And, of course, you know you're in Wyoming when you get a free firearm with the purchase of all trucks. I have a sneaky suspicion that the March for whatever rally last Saturday didn't occur in Wyoming. And this is, of course, you guys all know Roger the Space Alien. This is Roger the Space Alien in his younger years. Note that as I'm looking through these, note that they are logging every IP address that I'm using. This is a map that had a list of all of the states that I had business in. It would be completely full now. I think I've done business in all the states at this point. Here's my one of my home offices back in the early web design days. And this is us doing a car wash fundraiser. And the first smartphone that I had. So that is... I mean, that is your, that's just some of them. I mean, here's, again, that was just one thing. Let's make sure we're still in the same thing. Of course, publishing the first book, put that up there. There's me and Dave again. Here's why I didn't use GoDaddy, and still disagree with it. Here's an advertisement directly from GoDaddy's webpage. Look at this advertisement. Bob's latest: the secrets to firing and hiring great employees, plus 2 smoking hot GoDaddy girls. That's why I don't support GoDaddy. It's garbage. Oh, here's a picture of us with the governor signing it. Of course, I'm back here in the black shirt behind the kid in the blue. That's signing of Mentor's Proclamation Day. How not to send a mass email. Oh, there's my, this is my my backyard setup. Back when I was mentoring kids back there. And my trip to Mars, of course. Geocaching. Kitties. Oh yeah, the end is almost here. Holy God will bring about Judgment Day on May 21st, 2011. Well, that didn't happen. That's in Denver somewhere, just outside Denver. One of the first websites I built there, and one of the kids I mentored. Early brochure, and Bridal Veil Falls, and Park City, and that's me having a conversation with someone I could really relate with. Huh. Various states I geocached in. I pretty much have all of them now except for... I think I'm missing North Dakota, Oregon, Washington, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and South Dakota, maybe North Carolina as well. I think that's the only place I don't have them in. This is one of the church groups I did. This is Awana's. And this is a glowing pickle. Don't do this unless you know what you're doing. This is me actually making a glowing pickle in the lab. We are behind a safety hood and things like that. Oh, this is good. This is actually part of my trip to I just kind of did a geocaching tour over spring break once through Colorado. If anybody can tell me what in the world this sign means, I'm going to go back into the comments now. I'm going to leave it on this sign here. Can somebody please explain to me what this sign means? No commercial rafting vehicles parking. I don't know what to do. All right. YouTube breaks links, just remove junk at the end of the 404, yeah. Huh. Not much in the way of comments yet. Oh, the car got stuck. I think that's 31st birthday. And, I waited a little bit too long to change the brakes in this car. So just based on how that rotor looked, I actually took it and I put it on a record player and I spun it backwards. And it said, "You are going to die, you are going to die, you are going to die." But, you know. Late night geocaching. Geocaching events. You know, so that's that. Here's iOS photos specifically taken with the iPhone. Yay! I never specifically set up as iOS photos. Taking it with a phone just automatically creates that. There's a goat. There's a jar of pickles. I think these are just kind of cross-country type stuff. Yes, there's me with a giant chicken, apparently. Cross-country stuff. Hiking through mountains. Oh, there's me with a beard. There you go. Cat in a pot. Growing kitties. This was a little suspicious. We weren't quite sure. Are those weapons on the back of that thing? We're just not sure. There's me on a longboard. Longboarding and boarding with the boys. And soda syrups. Golden Gate Bridge. No, I didn't jump. The zombie apocalypse. This is a good one. We had a zombie apocalypse happen one night. You know, strange things happen out west. So, I don't want to go through all the photos because there's a lot of them. But you can see it really, it does do a good job of cataloging life. Oh, there's Big Brothers, Big Sisters photos. There's the chief photo, a kid killing a frog. Great. It is actually dissections. He wanted to dissect a frog, and, you know, I worked at a college. So, yeah, I could make stuff like that happen. There's Thermopolis photos. more cross-country trips, camp work. I mean, this is the good thing about Facebook, is it does catalog things in neat ways. Here's a Salt Lake City geocaching mega event. I think this was this Geo? No, that wasn't GeoCoin Fest. Maybe it was. That was GeoCoin Fest, I think. Salt Lake City. If you're a geocacher, were you there at Salt Lake City in October 12th, 2009 for GeoCoin Fest? Match of the Year. This is myself and the kid I was mentoring at the time were awarded Match of the Year by the program. Here's our trip to Arches. Taking trip west, taking trip east. You know. So there's the good part. I've only updated ever 2 profile photos. Those were it. I kept them. That was it. That was it. All right. Let's see. The original version of Use Incognito meme was a good name. I think STL is in a pickle. All right. All right. All right, so videos, there's nothing there. Of course, here's your list of friends, all the friends currently in your profile, the sent friend requests, received friend requests, declined friend requests, and removed friends. I got rid of everybody. Of course, now Facebook, what they'll do is they'll attach these titles to you, and these are advertising things. Established adult life. If you're not an adult, you might see, you know, growing teenager or something like that. So the type of stuff. Now, the one thing you will not find in here is you don't find all the close connections. You don't find all the SMS messages, all of the phone logs, because, again, I've never had a Facebook app on my phones. Even when I had a Facebook account and wasn't as cautious about private data as I am now, I still didn't just carte blanche give it whatever it wanted. Because we grew up in that era that says don't give too much stuff online. I really only put information on the internet that I knew was information I didn't care necessarily was out there. But the problem is marketers have scooped this up, created algorithms and profiles on people, and then they use that to target you when you're at your lowest, or to get you to buy things that you're trying not to buy, things like that. You will see messages. If I were to go into any of these, let me find one that's just, I don't want to do that. If you go to any one of these, it's every single Facebook message you have ever had is here. Ever. Good, bad, anything. Of course, here's your pokes. How many people are poking you? Events. I've never really, I don't think I replied to any of these. You should see no reply on pretty much all of them. But these are the events. Anytime somebody sent these events, it linked data sending back and forth. Oh, I did decline that. But event, pray for Uncle Dave. Who's Uncle Dave? I don't know. Honestly. In memory of Steve, we're giving away 1,000 iPads worldwide. I have no idea where this event came from. Joe Pa Whiteout. I have to ponder this one. CJ's growing belly. I mean, my cat's name is CJ. He's not that fat. But based on the location, I'm going to say this was probably a wedding announcement. I don't know. See, I don't even know what or how any of these ended up being attached to me in any way, shape, or form. They just kind of happened. Security, I think I redacted everything that's important out of here, but this is a telling screen. It tells you every device, browser, system, you can see Chromium, IP address, which I've redacted any of those that were valid, the type of system it was on, all that stuff. So you can truly see I'm using Facebook even from Ubuntu. It was Linux Mint, really, but it shows up as being Ubuntu. But if you go down, this is for all time. This is for all time. So, session updated here. You can see I'm on a Windows computer at this point in time. 2004. Here's the cookie name. Here's the IP address. Here's the location. this is the interesting stuff. And then we get down to the very bottom, and it is, oh, here we go. Recognized machines. These are the various machines the thing has recognized. Facebook for iPhone, Facebook for iPad, Facebook for iPad, Facebook for iPad, Facebook for iPhone, Facebook for iPad. It's funny because I didn't have 4 iPads. I think I've had 3 iPads. So it's curious that there's 4 showing up there. Logins, logouts. Login protection data. So here's the cookies. And then every single IP address, when you logged in, when you logged off, everything for all time. Dates you did things, removing phone numbers, the IP addresses, usernames, things like that. That's security. Ads, again, understand that I've cleared a lot of things off. Add topics. Note, I have never gone in and liked stuff. And this is kind of neat. For whatever reason, they think I like Orlando Magic. I have no idea why. This is completely wrong. I absolutely abhor sports. Like, my cousin inherited all of the sportsy likingness in the family, and that's okay with me. For whatever reason, they seem to think I like Orlando Magic. So they think I like basketball. I have no idea how that happened. Maybe it's some of the pictures of the skateboarding was done on basketball courts. I can't really guess as to how some of the other ones. Dave Ramsey. This is funny because I've never liked Dave Ramsey or followed a Dave Ramsey link on Facebook that I know of. Maybe I did, actually. I might have actually followed Dave Ramsey at one point in time. Pop music. Not sure how they made that connection. Popular music. Not really sure how they made that connection. This is neat. Clicked an ad. Oreo Thin Bites. Sunday, March 18th. That wasn't a Facebook ad. Because I know for a fact I wasn't anywhere near Facebook. In fact, I'm never really that near a computer here, except for I might have a computer on. But what this might have been is using this computer, which had at that time Chromium logged into. And if I had happened to click an ad on a YouTube channel, that might show up in here. I don't know for sure. But I have no recollection of clicking an ad on Oreo Thin Bites. And then advertisers with your contact info, Target and State Farm. How can I tell them to drop my contact info? Because I don't, in fact, State Farm is on the list of companies I will not do business with. This is the company that keeps on sending me mailings every other week is State Farm. It's like, guys, get a hint. You sent me a letter every other week for 5 years. I'm not using your service. You're just annoying. That's it, you know? And then applications you have, these are things that I had put in there for, you know, different web design projects. So that's my Facebook profile. That's that. That's that indeed. Let's have a quick look at comments again. I'm going to get rid of that so I have fewer browser tabs here to manage. Let's see. Flakebook, yeah. Original version, let's see. KMC. I love Malaysia. All right. Flakebook. There you go. So in theory, if someone got into your Facebook account, they could do all this, download this, and have all your info permanently. Yes. Everything you've given it. Now note that my Facebook profile is a whole lot more benign than the average person's Facebook profile because I do not allow the system. In fact, the time that I completely deleted Facebook off my phone entirely was the time that they started forcing everyone to use Facebook Messenger for that. Because that's even worse than this. Now, all of that stuff all feeds into the Facebook profile. But at that point in time, I'm like, no, I'm not downloading another app so that I can talk to people. No. So for a while, for about another year or so, if you use the Facebook app and went to messaging, it would redirect you to download Facebook Messenger. But if you did it on a web browser, you could still use it online, like on a web browser. Now on a mobile, even on a mobile now, you can't use the messaging through the website. You have to actually have the app. So at that point in time, that's when I disconnected Facebook entirely from my phone and At that point in time, actually, that was about 3 years ago. At that point in time, I isolated one computer as the only place that could access Facebook. And now that I'm deleting the Facebook account, I'm going to be pushing. I thought about pushing the Facebook ad script through my network, but I can't because I still do work with a few people that I need to verify a post is there for someone just on their public page. So what I'm going to do, though, is on all of my regular computers, after I'm done with this today, I'm going to be pushing out the host file to all of the computers individually, and every computer will be blocking Facebook so that they can't keep tracking me through things and build shadow profiles on the account that I'm, in theory, deleting. S&M messages. Only MX Linux would know to block Facebook's IP. I think our generation of parent, at least mine, was very careful at what you should share. Yeah. And they grew up while Hitler was active, so I believe they knew the horror of what widespread information would cause. And that's the problem people have with registering firearms, you know. Registration tends to lead to confiscation. It happens. Before the internet, people shared STDs. Now they share everything online. That is a good sign, except if you do follow the news on STDs, there is now an untreatable AIDS hit the streets. Drug-resistant AIDS. But to counteract some of that, what's the one? Grindr, I think, is the app for... is it specifically men? I don't know. I think it's an app for gay men to meet up on the street. Now as of like this week, it's going to send you reminders, get an HIV test every 6 months. So. What a world. What a world. Well, if by horrible luck you are accused of murder, you can show them your Facebook login info. How can I be killing someone if I'm browsing Facebook? Yeah. And that is actually one of the downside. That is actually one of the downside to doing things that I do, is that my digital footprint is a whole lot smaller, and so it could look too extra suspicious, and I will have a harder time proving I'm here. You know, how do I prove I'm not on Facebook? However, with this day and age, I could prove I'm on Facebook and be at the scene of the crime on Facebook. You know, I mean, that's kind of difference. How do I manage to see all that info? That's downloading your profile. We'll go ahead and talk about that before we actually delete the account. 7 reasons not to delete Facebook article for make use of makes me want to puke. Yes. And you're here. We know the name of Tom long ago. Would that be admissible in the court of law? See me rot. Actually, your digital footprint, yes. It would be sign evidence. Target State Farm. There you go. Yeah. ByteTube, how's it going there? Or ByteTube, I think. Just arrived. I've always wondered why people originally created Facebook accounts, because there was a lot of evidence Facebook was created just for spying. Yeah. Where am I? Not at home. Need to delete Amazon. Is it possible? The most evil company on earth. Yeah. Check out my links below to shop on Amazon. I am researching cloud computing companies, and Amazon's like on the radar. I'm like, I don't really want to go with Amazon. I'm leaning towards DigitalOcean, or there's another one, Linode, I think. If anybody has any experience in either of those. What about R2? I think he may be spying. Yes, I think R2 is really spying on me. No, I'm at my cousin's house. He is a huge Legos fan and other stuff, and so he's got stuff like all over the place. Like this office is cool. Here's the DeLorean from Back to the Future, and these are all just all over. It's really awesome. Ghostbusters. And it is indeed the male version of Ghostbusters. We have, oh, I don't want to touch that one. It seems too fragile. This guy here. Something from Star Wars. I don't know what. oh, yeah. Let's see. TIE Fighter. There you go. So yeah, and that R2-D2 behind me is he's actually Legos as well. I think he said that was the most complicated Lego set he ever built. And you probably can't see it because it's kind of behind me, but right under the Innistrad, that's an Innistrad globe from Magic, is a Millennium Falcon. So it's really cool stuff up here. So, so much different my days of 8088. By the way, never used Facebook. I'm such an inspiration. Well, thank you. The nerd stuff, yes, it's the nerd stuff, and I'm totally surrounded by Magic cards. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to the next topic, which I think is going to be, is it this one? Yeah, let's just go ahead and look at this one here. This is from Trusted Reviews. How to delete. This is kind of like the difference between deleting and deactivating. So deactivating and deleting, of course, I'm deleting. I don't want them to keep anything. Deactivating, you can kind of go Facebook dark for a while and then come back. It's kind of like, I'm quitting smoking. This is my last one, man. And then you quit for 3 or 4 days, and then you're, what happens smoking? Life is too stressful. You know? No, I'm going to delete. Of course, the downside is if you even attempt to log in at all, it cancels the delete request. So you have to be careful not to do that. So how to delete your Facebook page. So you want to go to your privacy settings page, and then what you want to do is, oh, this is like, plus you may miss out on some dank memes by deleting Facebook. I think I'll live. I think I'll live, honestly. If you're set on, whatever. Okay, anyway, here's the link. It is facebook.com/help/delete_account. Now, somebody asked about the data that I went through. What you want to do is follow this page here, which is, oh, that's actually a separate article from them, how to download your account. This is just in the bottom of your, this is just on the bottom of your settings page, actually. This one's pretty easy to find. We'll just get rid of that anyway. But anyway, to delete your account, you want to go down on the account menu at the top right of any Facebook page in your web browser, download a copy of the Facebook data from the bottom, start the archive. That starts the download. Now, that's going to take a few minutes, depending on the size. For me, it ended up taking 5 minutes. You know what? That actually does not delete it. Where's the actual delete link? Oh, yeah, that's right. They just tell you here how to download it. So that's what you want to do. Of course, here is your deleting stuff from Facebook. How do I permanently delete the account? If you don't think you'll have it, they once again tell you to download a copy of your data here. Log in your account and let us know, which just goes right back to that same link, facebook.com/help/delete my account. So that is kind of where you are going to go at that point there. All right. George loves Pokemon. All right. What do I think of Jordan B. Peterson? I don't know enough about Jordan Peterson. Did I talk to the guy from Brave? No. I am a little too busy right now. We have connected on Skype, and when the two of us have some free time, then we will go ahead and chat. We are connected on Skype, and, you know, being as it is coming up on the Easter holiday, and I'm one of those crazy Christian people who actually celebrates Easter, you know, I'm not going to make any movement on that until at least Wednesday. Because I'm busy Monday, I'm busy Tuesday, Wednesday is probably the first day I'm clear. And Linux Gamer Puerto Rico hates Pokemon. George and Linux Gamer Puerto Rico are going to have to fight it out, because one of them loves Pokemon, one of them hates Pokemon. Never had Facebook, but how dangerous is WhatsApp? It is owned by the same company. It has the potential of collecting the same stuff. Now, there are other ones, like Signal is another one that is like WhatsApp, and there's a couple other ones. I would probably use Signal instead because it's open source, and it's from a more reputable privacy company. The thing about WhatsApp is it replaces your messaging. It can replace phone calls. It can replace video calls on that kind of stuff, but every bit of it goes through Facebook's stuff. Now, I actually had a little bit of experience with it because when co-hosts went to Europe for a week, the school put everybody on a WhatsApp account so they could communicate with families better. And so we were able to communicate on WhatsApp instead of relying on any other multiple means. So I actually had WhatsApp on my phone for 9 days. But you know, it was just, hey, you're at the hotel, how's everything going? All right, cool. Hey, nice picture, and that's about it. As far as regular daily communication, I wouldn't trust WhatsApp simply because it's owned by Facebook. If it's got Facebook on it, on ownership, I don't want anything to do with it at this point. So that's my take on it. If you're looking for something like that, look at Signal. I think it's a better system, and there's a few other ones out there as well. Still smoking. I quit every 10 minutes. Don't worry, NSA has a copy of your Facebook data. Oh yeah, they do, but they're just going to have a harder time getting future stuff. Deleted mine 5 days ago. Very good, very good. Okay, so Telegram, that's another one. You can look at Telegram as well. About using Hackintosh OS instead of Windows or Ubuntu. Thoughts on that? If I wanted to run Mac OS, I'd just run a Mac outside of the price differentials. Hackintosh just isn't going to run quite as well. I think Apple is certainly better at the privacy stuff, but I think that Tim Cook is also capitalizing on all this data stuff from Facebook, data stuff from Microsoft, in trying to be like, you know, you're not our customer. I think Apple collects less data than a lot of the other guys. They're not as interested in selling ads. They're interested in some basic telemetry, how people are using their stuff, but they're not as interested in selling it as Microsoft, Google, and Facebook is. That's my thoughts, but you know, I use all three systems still. I don't use Windows 10. I still stay on Windows 7. I won't use Windows 10 for anything production, although I will probably always have one around to help people on Windows 10 stuff, but yeah, nicotine addiction would probably require a padded cell for a few months to come to terms with. It is encrypted, right? I think you're talking about WhatsApp. WhatsApp, yes, should be encrypted, but just because it's encrypted doesn't mean the company doesn't have encryption keys. And this is Facebook we're talking about. This is a company that wants you to run all of your data through their VPN so they can see everything you're doing instead of just the stuff on Facebook. Okay, and this is the company that's putting out another app, which is an app locker for all your apps so that they can gather telemetry on what apps you're using and how long and how frequently. I would not trust WhatsApp. I don't care if it's encrypted or not. I wouldn't trust it. Good news. Windows 10 is in back burner status. Yes. Yes, it is. But it's not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Greetings, Spin Viking. Windows 10 is spyware, malware, yep. Is that on their back burner, less focus? Yeah, if you missed the article, Windows development team is focusing more on IoT and cloud deployments and a lot less on Windows. In fact, it caused the guy who's been running Windows for 20 years to just leave the company because of that. Kernel firmware, aka binary blobs, or malware spyware, according to OpenBSD guys. Yeah, but we can hug, they can't, so it's all good. Greetings, Basil. How's it going there? Your linked apps before deleting Facebook profile. There might be something important there. I've never had any linked apps except for I used Hootsuite to manage multiple accounts at a time. Again, I mean, I'm always very cautious with it. Can't delete mine because I need it to keep in touch with the family. I addressed that. I addressed that earlier. There are other ways to keep in touch with your family. Put up a Nextcloud install on a shared server. You know, and you guys can share all the photos you want back and forth, and no one's harvesting that data. And it's all end-to-end encrypted, and nobody has the encryption except you. So that was one of the holdouts for me. But it's not worth keeping around just for that reason. What's up with that? Ooh, that was bad, Farron. That was bad. Wait, I've read somewhere you can't even delete your Facebook account. Your data remains in their servers. Only way to get rid of your account is get banned. No, even if you're banned, it stays. Okay, so Brian Lunduke did this in July, like July 4th or 5th last year, and he actually has a friend who's like a senior level friend at Facebook, and so he deleted his account, and then he went through, he was not able to log in, then he had his friend verify on the back end, going into their data, and he said the data's not there. He said the only place he couldn't look is in backups. So what we don't know is how do they, or if they, in fact, according to what he asked for validation, that it was out of the backups as well, and Facebook cannot give verification of that. So we know it's off of their main servers. We know it's off of future backups. We don't know if they scrub it from past backups as well. That's what we know. And Brian Lunduke did a whole series of videos last year about that. So check out his channel and the Facebook stuff for his details. Facebook PN, yeah. You ever use Grammarly? I've considered subscribing for 1 month. No, I have not, and I won't, because they use session replay, and I find any company using session replay a little on the shady side. And they're just a tech startup. I don't trust what they're doing. There's a lot better ways of doing that. I mean, if you're living, like, one thing, Pete, is if you have any amount of following at all, is see if any of your followers are willing to beta read it for you. You could, if you're close to a college or have any connections at any colleges. Like, I have a friend who's a retired English professor who will read anything I write if I need, you know, I mean, that's the type of stuff. Look for ways that don't rely on a company that's probably being shady. Because once they have session replay going, I'm just not going to trust what they're doing. Joanne thinks Facebook will never die. Might never die, but Snapchat's going to die soon at this rate. Yeah, they laid off another 100 employees. Marketers, I believe. So they're laying off their marketing team. That means death down the road. Where's Windows? Spyware. Afternoon, left Facebook November 14. Living good and well since then. Very good. Very good. See, that's more good stuff. All right, well, that's going. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to see if there is anything here. Can I get rid of this side panel? No. Oh, well. Seeing if there's anything on this page that is secret that I would have to be cautious of, and I don't see anything, so is this one it? I think that one's it. All right, so here is my actual back-end page. One thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you log out of every other system except this one, because I don't want to accidentally land on the Facebook page and have it auto log me in and cancel my request without me knowing it. So I'm just going to log out. Bye-bye. So that one's logged out. That's my other main computer at home. So that way, that's going to clear that cookie out and all that kind of stuff. So here they want you to choose all these types of things. So now what I need to do is I need to go to, I've already downloaded everything. So now I think I need to go to /help/ I think it's delete account. Is that it? Was that it, guys? And I think that's it. So I'm going to go back to my main screen. I'm not going to click through any button without doing that. All right. So now that, oh, nope, that doesn't take me there. That takes me to my statistics and analytics page. I don't want to go on that page. Did you stick with the page I was on? There we are. Okay. So now that brings me to this page here. And now I'm going to push the delete my account button. And I think that this is going to show a bunch of friends. I'm just going to click the button off screen there just to double check. Oh, it says you are about to permanently delete your account. enter this blobbly gobbledygook crap. Oh, and I have to enter my password. I have to enter my password and gobbledygook. Alright. Can't remember my password. Okay, password's there. Let's enter the gobbledygook. W8M. I'm going with 8. I don't know. V and F. I think that's what the gobbledygook says. I'm going to push OK. It's verifying. All right. Now that brings me to a screen here that says your account has been deactivated from the site and will be permanently deleted within 14 days. If you log into your account within the next 14 days, you will have the option to cancel your request. Push OK. And that logs me right out immediately, and I'm going to close that window. I am now, for the first time since October 13th, 2008 at 9:37 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I am free of the Zuck Schmuck. Facebook, no more. Woo! I'm gonna find some Star Wars related thing. See if I can find a Darth Vader. He says, join me or something. I don't know about Darth Vader, but I do have this guy down here. Feed me, Luke Skywalker. And I also have Jabba the Hutt. I don't see a Darth Vader, though. I think there's a Darth Vader over on the Millennium Falcon, but I'm not going to go bother with that right now. I'm not sure why there's a Darth Vader on the Millennium Falcon, but I think there is. But regardless. Done with it. Done with it. That's interesting. Play the Throne Room Celebration. What is the Throne Room Celebration? Is that toilet flushing? I think it is. In lieu of having a sound effect. Oh, I gotta make that one better. Oh, boy. Thank you for responding. My bet is the data remains on the old drives. Probably. It's true, those transparent things that you can look out of, but they don't let any cold in. Windows is a virus. It is that spyware and malware. Watch Dogs 2, first mission is about manually hacking to main servers of Facebook like a company, of a Facebook-like company to delete your records. Would be funny if that's what we had to do. That's the thing, you know. It's like you have to pay an anonymous hacker to delete my own personal data from some big company. Great. Yeah, Pete. I mean, I don't know. I just don't trust this thing, but I don't know. Do your research. Don't take my word on it, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, that's my thoughts. But yeah, the world is getting pretty scary every day. Yep. Using Windows 7, do not update after SP1 unless you really know and study the updates. Many are spyware data collection. I'm no longer a data slave, at least to the Zuck Schmuck. RIP W3 Windows 8.1. Used to be hardcore geek gamer and helping people, but now I'm helping people convert to using Linux. Yep. Using Windows 7 today, relevant. doesn't have DirectX 12. Plus, Microsoft will eventually force gamers to use Windows 10 in the future. Using Windows 7 does. Yeah, I mean, I'm a holdout to 7, but I'm also not a gamer. For me, if a game forces me to use Windows 10, I'm going to have to question, do I really want to play that game? If the answer is yes, VirtualBox, and do a lot of stuff to block the stuff on your, on your root computer. I'm not sure if I know if you put the blocking scripts in Windows 10 host file, it will not respect them, but I'm not sure how it will behave to the host computer. To the host computer doing that. I'm just not sure. Woo! Celebrations! Congratulations! Yes! Emotional. Happy days are here again. Jabba is eating all your personal data. Yes, he is. Did my deletion when Lunduke came back with his results. Yep. I held out to hold on to, a way to contact with the 2 or 3 people I wanted to keep in contact with, but I ended up just getting their email addresses. One of them I have, a couple different phone numbers, parents, and other friends in the community. So I was just like, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it, No more Facebook. Yep. How do I feel about it? Don't forget, delete the cookies. I will delete the cookies when I am done with this here. I feel great about it, honestly. It's not, doesn't feel super duper significant to me because I really don't spend and haven't spent any real time on Facebook. I think there were 2 or 3 pockets of time when I posted on Facebook a lot. But it's never really been my thing anyway. I'm just happy that it's done with. Now, it doesn't end here. If you're deleting Facebook, it doesn't end here. The next thing that you want to do, the very next thing that you want to do right now, as you're doing this, what you're going to want to do is, let me find my menu over here. There we are. The very next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to boot yourself up a terminal. I want you to go to sudo nano etc hosts, enter your super secret Linuxy password, and you want to come on down here and you want to do a 192.168. I'm not thinking right. 127.0.0.1. But it's the emotionalness of losing Facebook, man. It's making me not think. Wow. But anyway, we're going to do this. And what this is going to do is it's going to block all of those Facebook like buttons that, whether you like it or not, are on pretty much all websites. It's also going to block the Facebook tracking pixels. FB.com is also used by them. Mostly they use that as subdomains for their news and stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and block those. You want to put those 4 items in your host file. Of course, if you're on Windows or something, it's different. Mac and Linux, it's like this. I'm going to hold my control, push X, push Y to save it, push enter. And now I cannot even get to Facebook. So if I boot up an instance of WaterFox, and I go over here to www.facebook.com, Aw, it can't connect. That's going to block all of those websites who are using your... basically, it's going to block them from building those shadow profiles I've talked about before. Even if you're not on Facebook, it will identify your IP address, make guesses about who you are, gather information from other accounts, and still build a profile on you. And if you create a Facebook account having that profile around, then what it's going to do is it's going to block the ability for them to do that. So anything with a like button, anything with a Facebook tracking pixel, any of that type of stuff is now blocked from this computer perpetually going forward. And so that's the next step. That's the last step you want to do. Don't just delete your account. Do that. That's just gonna do a global job of just cleaning up Facebook. So this computer is now invisible to Facebook. And that's what you want to do. And yes, I will delete the cookies after I get off the stream here. 8th gen Intel CPUs. Yes, correct. They are not compatible with Windows 7. For whatever stupid reason. They're compatible with Linux, though. Can feel your urge to go back, I know. Someone give Tom a cookie. Oh, please. I need a cookie. I want a cookie. Give me a cookie. Urge to go back? No. Looks like my sports team stops posting notices on Facebook too. See, the reboot tried cubes in VirtualBox earlier, failed. Yes, cubes will not work in a VirtualBox. For laughs regarding Facebook. You're going to make me do it, aren't you? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, Farron. Oh, that's so bad, Farron. That's so bad. Oh, that's so bad. I love it. I got to find it. Yeah. Yeah. My dad told me you're spying on us. Kid, he's not your dad. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's hot. Oh, God. Alright, I save all the Linux distros. ISOs in case the internet goes down. I got 100 gigabytes. Yeah, I stopped saving them when I just had too many. But, yeah. Kid should be said in Darth Vader's voice. Kid, he's not your father. Alright. I can feel your urge come back to the dark side. Oh boy. Oh boy. Backup SourceForge page for... Okay. Vulkan support be the end of Linux non-game ability? I have no idea. Once you start talking about games, I mean, I'm not the guy to ask. Go talk to the Linux gamer, although I've never seen him do anything on games either. I don't know. Does he play games? I'm not sure. I've seen several of his videos. I've never seen him play a game. What do you do with the information Facebook already has on you? Nothing. The same thing I can do with the information that Equihacks has on me? Nothing. But what I can do is I can prevent them from getting more. And I can go dark. And who knows? Maybe they'll post on Facebook to all my friends that I have died. Just like they did, was it William Shatner, I think? And an algorithm goofed and they said he died. Apparently I died. I don't know. If I didn't, then I'm dead to you, Zuck. Tom is now a thief from the Zuck schmuck. Yep. I should have t-shirts made. Don't follow me on Facebook. The only way to remove all your data is get a job at the NSA so you can delete it from all your work. Alright, well, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. No kitty to feed, unfortunately, because I'm not at home. But we'll do any final call for comments. And while we're doing our final call for comments, video stats, we had 78 peak, 74 current, 280 playbacks, average view duration of 16 minutes and 55 seconds, and 79 hours of total viewing time. 79 people watched me murder Facebook. Oh, well. Tell me, hear Darth Vader impression gives me sad little George Lucas didn't go with Dave Prower's voice. Like reborn from leaving the Facebook. No reference to religion intended there. Yeah, you know, I'm reborn. I'm a Facebook-free reborn. Wonder if I go after Facebook with GDPR and then I'm just happy I'm no longer being there to collect more data. Yeah. Yeah, don't forget, if you have deleted your Facebook account, don't forget to block them in your hosts file. It is not something that is blocked in my main script because a lot of people still need to access it for some other different things. Yes, happy Easter all. I do have another video actually on my phone waiting to be edited and put on this. I'm not sure. I might put it up for tomorrow. I might not. There will not be an outdoor philosophy tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for watching, folks, and we will catch you guys later. Have a happy Easter to everyone who has happy Easters, and he is risen to all the people who say he is risen, and enjoy the Easter egg hunt for all those people looking for Easter eggs, and enjoy the time. Hello, Rose. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rose. The video will remain up online, so you can go ahead and watch it. But yes, I purged Facebook. I purged Facebook. It is done. It is done. It is done. I think I have to remove the link off my Christian website now. I think I might even have a Facebook link on my web design website still. I don't know. I think I took off the LinkedIn one. I don't think I did that. Really, the Etsy hosts? Yes. Yes. You want to make the adjustment in the hosts file so that Facebook cannot continue to track you online all the way, either way. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy. Switching to Linux. Also, well, before I go, don't forget, entry for the mouse pad still open. It will be open. It will remain open probably until I do that stream. You can also pick up T-shirts like this one at shop.switchtolinux.com. I have other things over there as well, coffee cups, travel mugs, stuff like that. So thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoy switching to Linux.